At the Salvation Army Community Education Center, what we try to do is deal with the whole individual. Many times people come in because of financial assistance, and then we recognize that, yeah, you're having financial issues, but you also have some educational issues. So we work with them. We have a reading class, which actually is going on right now, to build up their reading level. We have GED classes, which, as we know, a GED is considered a second chance. You know, you get your high school education, and a GED is a second chance for people to get out there. All indicators say people without a GED will do worse than those with a high school education or more. And so we try to help people get their GED so that they can get out there, get jobs, secure better employment, or just be more conscious with raising their families. There are plenty of statistics that show incarceration rates versus a GED student versus someone who doesn't have a GED. Recidivism, you don't have your high school education, you're more likely to go back to jail than someone who, even in jail, gets it, they come out, they do better. One individual came to our classes. She wanted to get her GED, and I always ask why. Well, what is their motivation? And she simply wanted to demonstrate to her children that education was important. She had a son in high school who was struggling with completing his. She got her GED education, and then he finished his high school education. So she wasn't necessarily doing it for a job, but just to pass on a legacy of education to her family. I've had other students who've come who've been incarcerated for long years. They've spent a lot of time in jail. Now they're out, they're looking for work. That GED is a barrier that they have to overcome. It's just that entry level. I've had students who've had jobs who would come in and say, my employer gave me 6 months to get my GED, or they're going to have to let me go because this job requires high school education. So there's a lot of people who come for various reasons. And of course, then you get the typical dropped out of school, maybe had a child, and so you get set back a couple years, they get their education, and I've had several students leave our program, and then go on to John Tyler and take classes just to now pursue whatever it is they were desiring to do in their lives. What happens is our case manager would get a client would come in, they do a workup with them, and then they recognize, yeah, there's some financial issues here, but they also in that intake discover we don't have a job, we don't have high school education, and so then they can get recommended over to me. I then begin to work with that client to get them into our classes and try to help them. We have job search. We call it job search, where I help students with a guided search on how to find jobs. It's not like it used to be where you just knock on doors or make phone calls. It's internet, it's emails, it's emailing resumes. And so we help people navigate through that so that they can achieve their financial goals and do better for themselves. Mm-hmm. If you don't have your high school education or at least a GED, your chances of earning money goes down. You're going to earn a lot less than your counterparts who did graduate high school, who have furthered their education. Our society has changed greatly. We're no longer a society where you can drop out of high school, get a job at the local plant, and go on to buy a home and live a comfortable life. Those days pretty much are gone for most people. If you don't have, it's like the bachelor's degree is almost the entry-level degree now. And so if you don't even have a high school diploma, you are just making huge hurdles for yourself economically. And then, of course, the people who don't have their high school education, their GED, they're less politically active, they're less involved in their community, less involved in the education of their children. So it becomes a cycle that just goes a downward spiral, I should say.